Hey guys, what is up? Stickboy here, back again for another reaction, and tonight we're getting right back into RWBY Volume 7. We are moving on to episodes 7 and 8, entitled Worst Case Scenario and Cordially Invited. So, that first episode, Worst Case Scenario, is really appropriate considering what we saw at the end of episode 6, where Tyrion comes in and shuts the lights off and kills pretty much everyone in the post-election party there, and frames Penny. And so, like, just really terrible way for that to turn out, because, I mean, even though Penny is technically an android, not a human being, her AI is so lifelike that it causes her to act very human-like, and so you treat her as you would a human. So it almost feels as bad, if not worse, than what happened to Yang in the Vital Festival in Volume 3. So and she's kind of run off, and even if you didn't, even if you didn't look at Penny like a human and you looked at her like a piece of technology, which I doubt very many people do, but even if that were the case, it still looks extremely, extremely bad for Atlas. And, yeah, it looks really bad. So I'm not sure. In RWBY, she saw Tyrion there, but the thing is, nobody in Mantle knows who Tyrion is. He's, nobody even knows he exists. So even though she could say that Tyrion was there, that's not going to really help, because nobody knows what she's talking about. And on top of that, they're not going to be very inclined to believe her because she's with the Atlas military. So, yeah, it's not good. Not good at all, but let's see where we go from here. I'm curious to see. So, not much more to do but to get back into this. So, here we go. Let's pull this up. Make sure it is at the very beginning. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Dreaming about a better world. You keep pushing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from gravity. You're holding out for some romantic cloud. Maybe you'll wake up in a world shot. Oh, but what can you say?
Yeah, I'm really confused, or not confused, but I'm really curious about the semblances, because we're definitely seeing those. We're definitely seeing those evolve a little bit. The Aesop's guys have pointed that out. And we're definitely seeing that now. We're seeing RWBY and Ren, definitely. And even Weiss, changing from the glyphs over to the, getting better with the summons, which we knew that was coming, but still, we're seeing hers evolve in that way. And of course, Jacques Snee has secured a place on the council, which again makes it worst case scenario. So what are we gonna do? Poor Penny.
Citizens of Mantle, following the most recent grim attack, a temporary prohibition of assembly is now in effect. There are to be no public gatherings of any kind. Please conduct your business and return to your homes before curfew. This is for your own safety.
Dang, are those kids homeless?
Hey! Stop right there! Stop running! Wait!
Well, don't run away. That makes you look worse.
Footage was doctored. Many citizens are still insisting that the Protector of Mantle be deactivated.
Man. Yeah, they're right. Penny needs to get to Atlas and stay there. They said that. They said that at the end of that last volume or chapter, episode, whatever.
An Atlas military operation. Please step aside.
Everything all right over here?
That was weird.
Hello?
Huh. Okay.
This is the worst case scenario. More
Yep.
people are dead. Penny's been framed, and somehow Jacques Schnee is sitting on the council.
That's the second shipment for Amity that was hit today. It seems election night was the last push Robin needed to go from hometown hero to full-on vigilante.
I'm afraid the problem is more complicated than that.
It seems Robin has emboldened our suppliers in Mantle. They're refusing to sell us provisions until the city is adequately repaired. With Robin redistributing the goods her team has stolen, the Amity project is completely stalled.
But we're so close. There has to be someone
Very
who can
literal
finish the
Robin
tower.
Hood
There is.
character.
Declaring martial law.
You're not actually considering that, are you?
That doesn't.
What's more important? Establishing communication to unite the world? Or appeasing a few city blocks?
Don't make it sound trivial when you know it isn't. You keep talking about how we just need a little more time, but you're not the one having to struggle.
We have all had to make sacrifices for the greater good. Mantle has had to bear a lot of the burden, yes, but
They're bearing all of it. The longer this waiting game goes on, the harder each
But
day
what
gets
can you
for
do?
people down there. And now you want to send in more soldiers? You can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the Grim.
You'd have to scrap.
Please, General Ironwood. Squeezing Mantle this way, that kind of division plays right into Salem's hands. That's why Tyrion is here framing you.
Right. The reason we called you here in the first place. You're sure this was the man you saw?
Tyrion Callows was accused of murders all across Anima. A homicidal maniac who escaped justice when his prison transport was attacked by Grim.
Okay, so
After
Atlas
that,
knows
he
who
was
he
never
is.
seen again.
Well, he works for Salem, and he's here.
If we ever had any doubts Atlas was Salem's next target, I think those are officially out the window.
But now we have a suspect. We can tell the people.
That a long-lost serial killer is loose in
Yeah,
Mantle
they
and the
don't know who he
military
is.
has no idea where he is. Might make things worse before they get better.
I am so sick of secrets. If we just told everyone about Amity, about Salem.
we can't! If we talk about Amity now, we risk Salem's forces, who we know are here, working to sabotage. If
Yeah.
we tell them about
Yeah, we
Salem,
can't tell them about
we
Amity.
risk falling to the Grim before we can reunite Remnant. We have to finish the tower. I want Robin Hill in custody. We can offer her a deal if she gets Mantle to cooperate.
We'll figure it out.
Anyone not assisting with Robin needs to focus on Tyrion. I want to know who he's working with, where he's hiding, what he's planning, and how exactly that video of Penny got all over my kingdom. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I can't
Looks like we're
disagree
approaching
with Ironwood
first.
yet.
Thanks again for the
I know it's harsh, but
Now we may all be split between different trucks, but we need to be ready to act as one in case Robin's
we
team
might
takes
have
the
to
bait. If your truck is hit, pursue immediately.
we might have to
Everyone
pause the
else
Amity
move as fast
mission
as possible.
to fix
And we radio
Mantle though,
silent. Over.
because I think losing Mantle. I think losing Mantle is going
Do
to
you
be.
think we should have told Ironwood about Salem before he put so much on the line for Amity? Sounds like you do.
That's
I
not what
trust
she
you.
asked.
But I think he deserves to know what he's stepping into. We all did. You don't agree.
Look around. The embargo, the military presence, the restrictions on assembly. He's a bit prone to overreacting.
Yeah, hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
Still, he didn't have a lot of good options. I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us anymore. Keeping secrets, taking lives, it makes you wonder how far we're going to have to go to keep doing the right thing. Blake, we did what we had to do. I know, but next time, I want to make sure we don't have to. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing.
It's a hard decision.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
Like, there's not a good solution here.
How is she doing?
She's confused.
Yeah, she is.
We'll have her recorded visual data shortly. That should prove her innocence, but the damage has already been done.
Did she see Tyrion?
People are saying about her? If Penny hadn't been there, Robin would be...
I don't think Robin was their target. Salem's goal has always been to divide us. I think Penny was exactly where they wanted her.
Atlas was the target.
Just like at the Vital
not
Festival.
Robin.
And just like back then, someone is using our own technology against us. This doctored footage of Penny came from her work all around Mantle. Stolen straight from our surveillance network.
Ugh. Hacking. Technology. Well, why can't people just do what they used to and fight to the death? A lot simpler if you ask me.
Well, if we're dealing with the same enemy from Beacon, hacking into Mantle's system would be simple. Fortunately, the rest of Atlas is running on an upgraded network.
And how would someone get access to that network?
Well, only a few people have clearance. Ironwood, the Council, our cybersecurity and surveillance leads, and maybe a select few who oversee critical systems like sewage or the heating grid.
The heating grid run in partnership with the Schneedas Company. What are you thinking?
I don't know yet, but something isn't right. Understatement of the century.
We know something isn't right. We're just trying to figure out where that something is.
Helped me these past weeks, I'd have likely collapsed by now. Getting a communications tower into the sky seems impossible on its own, but now, to think of what people want to do to my girl.
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason.
Isn't
why
that simple?
Penny is the only one of her kind.
She seemed more than your average robot. Even though
find the next breakthrough in defense technology. Most of my colleagues pursued more obvious choices. I was one of the few who believed in looking inward for inspiration.
You wanted a protector with a soul.
I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise, the Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Not quite.
Ooh.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes. And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little
more away.
If the people get their wish and she's destroyed, I won't be able to...
Won't be able to give up that much more of yourself.
We'll find whoever's responsible.
I knew there was something more to her.
I promise.
Robin.
Scramble! No, wait! Split up and regroup at the hideout!
Please stop! We just want to...
I don't think she wants to talk. I mean, of course she's a good fighter. Why wouldn't she be?
He'll have to send more than a couple of kids.
He is. Stopping the trucks alerted the Aesops. We don't have long before they arrive, so please listen to us. You need to know the truth.
You're stalling.
Amity Coliseum, all these supplies, they're for a new communications tower.
Doesn't make any sense.
A new tower means the kingdoms can
I know
finally...
what the tower means, fisticuffs. One of you take my hand.
What?
You said time is short. Either take it, or I'm gone.
Did she show you something?
Tell me again. What is Ironwood building out in the tundra?
Oh, she can tell truth.
A new communications tower. He's trying to help everyone.
Interesting.
You're telling the truth.
Yep.
Handy semblance.
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody. The people murdering civilians in Mantle are just trying to make it look that way. And if those same people learned about Amity, they'd do everything in their power to destroy it.
So who are they? Who's actually behind this?
Yang, Lake, where are you?
We can't tell you that part yet.
Bullshit.
Look, we are trusting you, so trust us when we say that Amity Tower needs to stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
Okay, that... I didn't think about that.
Run! We'll throw them off!
I didn't think about that. They can't
stop.
They can't tell Mantle about Amity Tower, because if they do, they will at the same time tell Watts. I don't know why I never thought about that sooner.
It's right behind that door.
The Staff of Creation.
I hoped to bring you down here, my jugs.
Of course they can't tell Mantle.
After all, it was your idea to use the staff to lift Atlas off the ground.
I thought gravity dust kept Atlas afloat.
Yeah, that's the public story.
That makes this an even more difficult decision.
We have a constant, seemingly limitless energy source. Oswald speculated it could take us as high as we wanted.
With even less of a good solution.
To tell you the truth, that served as the inspiration for the Amity project. Get a communication tower up in the sky, higher than the Grim can survive. So we never lose contact with each other again.
But you're not using the staff to raise Amity.
The staff can only be used for one purpose at a time. We're going to have to do Amity the old-fashioned way, dust and all.
It feels strange, knowing a part of me helped come up with all this.
You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Eventually, you don't even know who's who anymore.
I don't think... Yeah, I don't think he really likes that.
We did know we see eye to eye. But... I wish I could ask Osmond what he thought of all this.
Well, I can tell you what I think. The path you're heading down, where you're the only one with the answers, where you do the thing you think is right no matter the cost, it's not going to take you anywhere good.
We have to stop Salem. Nothing matters more.
Some things matter more, I think. Keeping our humanity. It's what makes us different from her.
Sometimes I worry that's her greatest advantage. Without humanity, does she still feel fear? Does she ever hesitate? When Salem hit Beacon, beamed with all my ships, all of my soldiers. I was no match for her.
She's immortal, but is she weak?
I never felt so helpless.
Is she weak somewhere?
The way she told me she was there.
What you don't know, though, what you don't know is that Watts is your problem. That Watts is your main problem, not Salem. I mean, Salem is, but...
It's okay to be afraid.
Watts is the reason Salem is getting to you.
You just can't let that fear control you.
I am not going to end up like Lionheart. Do you believe in me?
You've got a chink in your armor, so to speak.
I do believe in you. But not only you. I think the best thing you could do is sit down and talk with the people you're most afraid to.
Now you are starting to sound like him.
Well...
Winter.
Will Penny's vision work? Because it looked like she was unable to see Tyrion. well, maybe she was able to see him a little bit.
What's going on?
Yeah, do
It
share.
looks like you're getting your wish.
My father's first act. We've all been invited to dinner, where the general will be defending his seat on the council.
Oh. This doesn't sound good at all. I'm gonna have to pause this one of these days and look at the credits. Like, look at the voice credits. There's always some interesting stuff in this art. I think a lot of times I miss that too. So there's really not a good solution here. I mean, both approaches have these really bad consequences. It's just a complete conundrum. You know, if you delay building the tower, you keep communication away. And so, you know, somebody's already hacked your system and screwing with your communication. So, and like, the sooner you get everybody to know about the situation, the sooner you can deal with the panic and get it under control. I mean, but then at the same time, you're like abandoning Mantle. They're like in a real problem right now. You can't tell them about the tower, because if you tell them about the tower, your communication system in Mantle is compromised. You're just going to tell Salem, and then they're going to do everything in their power to fuck up the operation. You've got to keep that a secret. And so then you're letting Mantle basically go to crap, and all the people there are blaming you for it, and they're getting unrest, and that's bringing Grimm. So it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what you do. I don't have any good ideas. I'm glad I'm not the general. But speaking of the general, it looks like they may try to dethrone him here. So let's jump into episode 8 and see what happens. This is Cordially Invited. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And hopefully this one leaves us on a good stopping point, because honestly, I've got a lot of editing to do. Also, I need to make an adjustment right here. Okay. Alright. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity.
I'm never gonna get those lyrics.
Always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life. Maybe you'll wake up in a world of shock. Oh, but what can you set you free? You don't have to dream. Your life's a masterpiece. If you just believe, then all you see is all you need.
Somebody's gonna have to pull the mask off of Watts. Now, this ain't ever gonna get any better. It sounds like even Ironwood isn't aware of Watts. He must have come directly from the Schnee estate. That he must have been in with them. We may have been told that at some point. But Weiss did mention that, though, that there might have been a connection with the, you know, the Schnee estate that could have gone sketchy.
Only my father would turn a hostile takeover into a fluffy PR move.
I know, right?
On the news, he said he just wanted to break bread and hash things out. Maybe it won't be so bad.
It's a lot.
We do want the general to start opening up to these people, right?
Yeah, but
no,
on his terms.
A lot more than
going to be locked in a room at his rival's own dinner party. I know Jacques says he's happy to moderate, but all that really means is he'll be the one controlling the conversation.
Yep.
Not hard to imagine how that's gonna play out.
I still can't believe he won. Robin was supposed to be the people's champion, wasn't she? There's just too many coincidences.
You really think your dad might have something to do with Salem?
I think my father
but probably
would
not the way they intended.
to win.
And we should do the same.
Meaning?
Well, no one knows your dad better than you. And out of everyone going tonight, I'd say you're the only one who could snoop around the house and not be questioned.
That's true.
If Jacques Schnee's up to something, I think we should know what it is.
The only thing is that Jacques knows that Weiss is not loyal to him. So, as long as Jacques doesn't see her, and he's going to be at the party, so she might be able to slip off. Because if anybody else sees her at the estate, they're not going to think anything else about it. So, that could work. There's nothing left of that Coke Zero, but I keep trying to drink it like it is.
Good evening, everyone.
Where's Klein?
What an interesting way to say, hello, dear brother, how have you been?
I don't think she would ever say that to you, dude.
I'm afraid you won't find him here. He was let go. I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
General, exactly how large do you think our dining room table is?
He might have been let go.
I happen to know it's enormous, but most of my guests will be on standby in case the council requests additional eyewitnesses. Until then, I'm sure they'll be happily celebrating your father's victory.
Right. That apple did not fall far from the tree, did it?
For those of you joining us in the dining room, please follow me.
Wish us luck.
I mean, they already invited you, didn't they?
That's true. You have luck.
Care for a drink, sir?
No,
Don't trust
thanks. I think I'll just stick to patrolling.
Oh, he's actually trying to avoid alcohol, isn't he?
Words out of my mouth.
Right, well, don't wander off, don't break anything, and be ready in case the general calls on you.
You know, at the end of Volume 6, when he picked up that flask and then took it away from his mouth, I thought maybe he was out of
Counterpoint.
alcohol.
How about we do wander off, consider breaking things, and then all that other stuff.
I'll be in touch.
It's like he's purposely trying to avoid it. That's
sister.
interesting.
I was hoping we could use this time to catch up.
No, you weren't.
Oh, I have to know. Why did you go through so much trouble to leave home, only to come crawling back?
That is a good question for you, but...
This might be a problem.
General Ironwood, please. Have a seat.
I would think that Whitley would know that she's not
Councilman
back
Sleet.
on peaceful terms.
Councilwoman Camilla.
Councilwoman Hill would have had a nice ring to it. Though I suppose I should just be grateful I got invited to the table.
Fair enough.
Miss Hill, that vigor of yours is precisely why we're grateful to have you with us tonight.
Alright, what are you up to,
What is
Jacques?
she doing here?
What we're all doing here, James, addressing the concerns of our kingdom. Which means we have much to discuss.
Indeed. I was hoping we could start by...
Are we safe with her here, by the way? I do recall some confusion regarding her involvement in that horrific massacre.
Well...
As the official report stated, that footage was doctored. Penny is completely under my control.
Which is concerning, I think.
Concerning?
Let's talk about exactly what it is you control.
Why won't this kid buzz off?
We need to do something.
What was that earlier about breaking things?
Well, we need to be careful what we break, but...
Well, Whitley, I'm sure the company is lucky to have you. But if you'll pardon me...
And where exactly is it that you're going?
Okay, so he does know.
Right, the company has promised me my own apartment.
I figured he probably did. He's...
Care for a drink?
Don't mind if I do.
Oh no! Look out!
I'm going to go get some more.
This should be interesting. Is it gonna land on Whitley? Oh, even better.
If you'll excuse me.
Okay. That was surprisingly effective.
The fact of the matter is, you've operated with a fair amount of autonomy for the past few years, James. But what we need now is for you to work with us.
Sir, I have...
It's obvious that no kingdom intends to declare war on Atlas. We had no
speak.
involvement in the incident at Haven. We have proof our drones weren't acting on orders at Beacon. At this point, the closure of Atlas borders is only serving to hurt our relations with the rest of the world.
The rest of the world? It's hurting us. The people of Atlas are suffering, and they want to know why.
Are you gonna let the man talk?
Quite right, Miss Hill. And I'm afraid there's more than just your choices that have brought harm to our citizens as of late. Have your forces found any additional evidence as to who is slaughtering innocent civilians down in Mantle?
That is an ongoing investigation, the details of which are classified, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid of the ever-growing list of classified information you seem to be keeping. I asked our fellow councilman here to shed some light on your Amity Coliseum project, and as it turns out, they know about as much as I do.
Even you don't know?
The Amity Project will help with all of the issues you present. But you have to understand that discretion is a top priority at this time.
Are you saying you don't trust us?
You can't just buy trust like everything else. You have to earn it.
Yeah?
I couldn't have said it better myself. General, if I may be blunt, you have spent what little trust this council had left in you. The hacker who turned Atlas drones against us was never captured. Whoever's been murdering your critics is still at large. How are we supposed to give you our trust when you've given us nothing as of late?
That's not what—
Winter. That's enough.
Excuse me.
Still giving me Elsa vibes. I can't help it.
Is everything okay?
I'm fine, thank you. Keep up the great work.
Alright, Ice. Let's see what you can come up with without getting captured.
Hello, darling.
Is that Mom?
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. I just let my emotions get the better of me.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't understand.
She... Yeah, she wouldn't,
Right.
would she? Not really.
No. What I mean is, this place holds a lot of memories for me specifically. I thought I was in control, but you heard me. I sounded like a petulant child.
I thought you sounded fine. You were just speaking from your heart.
And that is precisely the problem. I should have just stayed in line.
I guess you're right. I don't understand.
Yeah, Penny wouldn't understand.
I'm sorry I couldn't come down for your party. I'm afraid I'm not feeling well.
It's okay, Mom.
Okay, yeah.
It's fine.
Haven't really seen her yet.
What
are you doing in your father's office?
Just looking for something I left.
It's right here. Left. You left.
Oh, it's an interesting play on words
I need
there.
to use Father's computer.
Why?
Because I think he may have done something. Something wrong.
I thought we all simply assumed that at this point.
Yes, well, some of us are trying to do something about it.
What is up with her? Give her a little more alcohol and she probably won't give a shit what you...
He started locking
what you
his own
put her through.
computer. But he still has blind spots.
Huh.
You put a camera in here?
I put them in every room of this house. For our safety, in case I ever need it.
Ooh.
You haven't come back to stay, have you?
I didn't even think about that.
Good.
He abuses her too, doesn't he?
A man came by. I'm afraid your father may be involved in something more dangerous than he realizes.
Oh, you have no idea.
No matter what happens, Weiss.
Does Weiss
Please
know
don't forget about your brother.
who Weiss is?
Whitley wants nothing to do with me.
Of course not. You left him alone.
I don't think that would have mattered.
Who are you?
Yeah, Weiss doesn't know who he is. Nobody has seen him yet. He is quite good at the stealth. Well, he just got mantled by the balls, though. And no one even knows it.
Hey, Mom! It's snowing!
Okay. I know I didn't talk much during that one. There was a lot more to listen to than there was to say. So... So Weiss's mom is being abused the same way that the girls were, maybe even worse. I think she is blaming Weiss leaving for her losing protection. Maybe with Weiss and Winter gone, all of Jacques' attention turns on her. And as a result, Whitley is turning out just like his dad because, yeah, I think maybe Whitley could be acting the way he's acting to avoid being abused. So Weiss's mom could essentially blame that on Weiss and Winter leaving because it provides fewer targets. So that is unfortunate, and we really haven't found anything else out. Although, except that Weiss seems to have spotted Watts, but She doesn't know who he is. Now, if she could get that back to Crow, Crow might recognize him. Ozpin definitely would recognize him if he, you know, if his presence comes back. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Things are about to get serious. So, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. As always, let me know if you did. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. And I got a lot to think about. So, I'll go do that. And until next time, I am Stick Boy. And I'll see you guys later.